Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, the Alien Cat. Today, we are going to be going over 20 tips I wish I knew when I just started Palworld and will hopefully save you some precious time and effort as you explore this lovely game. The first tip is if you keep food in cooking pots or campfires, then they won't spoil over time. And on that same note, same goes for if you keep wheat in mills, they also won't spoil over time. If you're low on some gold coins, you can use Ixies and Mows, place them in a ranch, and they will be able to produce gold coins over time. And if you're low on high quality oil, you can place dew mud within the ranch, and they will be able to produce high quality oil. If you would like to know what other ranch pals are in the game, feel free to check out my Every Ranch Pal guide that I will link in the iCard that is on the top right of the screen. If you're in a dungeon and you don't like the boss that is at the very end of it, you can leave the area and then come back and it will change the dungeon boss. If you are looking for specific seeds but you can't find them, you can try your luck with some of the merchants that are scattered throughout Palworld. And speaking of merchants, if you're also short on milk and eggs that you need to craft all kinds of things, including cake, you can also buy some from a merchant. If you've spent a long time waiting for eggs to hatch, to make your life a little bit easier, you can go to the main menu and set the egg hatch timer thingy to 0 so that when you place an egg within an incubator, it will be ready for you to hatch it right away. If you've reached the maximum amount of pals that you can have working on the base, you can release a pal that is from your team onto the base and they will automatically work in whatever they can do. You can also assign them to specific locations within the base. Once you capture a pal, you will receive a lot of information about the pal, and one of the useful things that you learn from these pals is that you can also check and see which habitat these pals spawn in. Also, as a little fun fact, you can also name your pals. This took me a really long time to figure out. If you're looking for pal fluids, you can buy some from the Green Merchant. I believe they are the only ones that will be able to give you pal fluids. And if you can't seem to find it or catch it, you can always use a Helpsy, place them in a ranch, and they will also produce pal fluids. If you want to build an AFK base, there are specific pals that will work on your base 24/7, and those pals are the dark ones, whereas the other pals only work during the day. If you're trying to look for some new pals, but you don't really want to go catch them, you can always try to trade with not only the merchants, but you can also try to trade with the Black Marketeer. There are a few of them around the map. One of them is right outside of the Dune Shelter, which is where I personally tend to go to. Next, we have the fabulous feed bag. If you don't want to manually feed yourself and your pets time and time again, I highly recommend you invest in a feed bag. You can either just get the one or you can get the extra ones, which you can unlock in the ancient tech slabs. As you can see, I personally went for the third one so that I can have 3 things if I need. If you're not sure which pals go better against other pals or which pals are weaker against other pals, you can always go to the pal guide and go to elements and you can see exactly which pals are stronger and weaker against. If you're worried about food spoiling over time, even if you have a cool box, you can always sort the food within either the cool box or even in your own inventory, and that will reset the spoil timer. If you're in the process of building an extra base and you need certain things, but you don't want to find them in your chest, you can craft the items that you want to build and then quickly cancel them. That way you have exactly what you need and you can go over to your other base and build it there. If you want to be very specific about what types of foods your pals can place within food boxes, you can check or uncheck the following boxes here. If you check one box will allow ingredients and food. Ingredients also includes berries, And if you just want to have already cooked food within the food box, you can always uncheck the allow ingredients, and that way they won't place anything that isn't food. While you're exploring the Palworld map, collect as many eggs as you can, even the smaller ones, because when you hatch them, they will give you extra XP, especially when you're trying to unlock certain pals. It'll help you out in the long run. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this little video and found it informative and helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos every week. If you yourself have any tips and tricks that you would like to share, feel free to do so in the comments. And if you have any questions about the game, or if you would like for me to make a tutorial about anything specific within the game, feel free to leave a comment about it down below. Until next time.